How you doing, guys? Great to see you here today. Deck profile. This is the deck I used, the second deck actually. I used to win the pre-release. Pretty cool card. I really didn't mind. I just wanted to play. Like I was saying, this deck is a little bit cool, boring for me. I didn't like it that much. It's cool for sure, and obviously a lot of people will be playing the deck, and it's understandable the reason why you will play the deck. But at least this is my version. It was boring, but at the same time enjoyable. I don't know if you understand it. But it has one flaw, and it's that if your opponent is playing cards with aura that's game, you really can't do much, especially if your opponent doesn't engage it, or there's no way for you to get rid of it. I mean, there are cards to get rid of it, but there's like only one in the entire deck. So for example, what happened to me, I play against the Stain. My opponent play a Forte and evolve her. And that was basically it. I mean, the only misplay they did is that they attacked. So I just got rid of it by crashing a Merlin that I had on the field next turn. But I told him, like, if you did not engage it, I was dead, because he already poked enough damage that he just needed to play something else, and that was basically it. And when he revealed his hand, he had a second Forte. So yeah, that was pretty much game if he just didn't attack with it and just waited on another turn. Because there was really no way to get rid of cards with aura. This super annoying. So if your opponent is playing cards that just give them aura, Haven is probably gonna be your most annoying mashup. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, enough rambling. Whatever. Other than that, all the other games were pretty easy. The play against the Fox girl, this one, pretty easy. 2 and Silence. Silence didn't have any problem every single time they discard a card. It just basically another spell in your graveyard, and since you draw a lot of cards, it really doesn't mind. So yeah, this is pretty much your best bet for the upcoming format. But yeah, anyways, like I said, I divided the deck in two. You have spells and followers. So starting off with the followers, we're playing 3 copies of this guy. You really want to see this, not in your opening hand, but a little bit later. If you see it in your opening hand, it's pretty much a brick. He doesn't do anything. You can't even play it. There's nothing you can do. Not even discard it. So yeah, this is one of the cards. If I saw in my opening hand, just throw it in the bottom. That's it. Other than that, card is amazing. Once you get to play it, it's basically pretty much game. You could play one, make the spirit, then play a second one and go into D-shift. That's basically the bread and butter. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Penguin Wizard. People play 3. I don't really know. I don't know what happened in my brain when I was building the deck. Something happened for me. I short circuited or something. But I feel like 2 penguins for me was perfect. You could fit the third one, but other than that, like I said, I really did enjoy playing only 2 copies of Penguin Wizard. I really don't know why. I really can't give you a reason why I play 2. But other than that, yeah, Penguin Wizard, pretty cool. Next, we're playing Agnes Tachyon. This card did a lot of work, especially against Silence was pretty good, and against, what was the other deck? God damn it. And against Foxes is also pretty good, because you could just play this, start playing spells, getting rid of each Fox one by one, especially by the effect just giving -1/-1, or you could just basically just give -1 to the Foxes so they don't deal you damage. So they are pretty good. Obviously they deal 1 additional damage on top of that, but going into the negative, it just saves you a lot of time for sure. Or you could just start giving minus to this chick and that's it. But yeah, the mainly effect is just to get all the cards, just all the spells you play. So it's just basically recycling low cost spells just to get rid of and have control over the field. This is mainly the reason why I play it. So yeah, Merlin, self-explanatory, just searches you whatever card you really need. You can search for D-shifts or any of your one-offs. You do play a shit ton of one-offs, so yeah, especially if you evolve it, it's pretty good. Same thing, you can keep track of your, keep control over your opponent's field by just copying other spells in your graveyard. So yeah, card is pretty freaking good. Self-explanatory for sure. Then last card I was debating on not playing, and this is probably one of the cards that I did cut. This was This used to be one dimension shift and the one penguin. Now, I don't regret playing 2 because I really didn't want to see the card, but when I saw it, it's just good. Making that paper and then just getting rid of something because it just destroys. If I'm mistaken, it just deals 4 damage by just destroying one of your paper Shinkigami tokens. It's just pretty freaking good. Just the fact that it just cycles your deck. If you have Trails of Light, this just basically, I don't know how to explain it. It's just pretty freaking good. I really like it. Especially Evolve just deals 7 damage if I'm not mistaken to something, or 6 or 4. I don't remember. I think it was 4. Yeah, if you have 7 spells, it deals 4 damage. So it's like pretty freaking good. But yeah, obviously you cannot use the effect to get rid of this. But the paper Shinkigami really came up a lot. Sometimes I just had this, evolve it, deal 4 to something, pass turn, then attacking with this, using the effect, getting rid of this, and just dealing more damage, you know, on the next turn. And it really happened a lot. Or sometimes your opponent just wants to get rid of this. It's just good because you really want to get rid of problematic cards in your hand. Trails of Light that you really don't want to see. Any spell that is pretty much good in the graveyard just to copy with Merlin, Witch Bolts, so on, so forth, all the other cards. But yeah, I think this is the only thing I could explain with this. The card's pretty freaking good. I really like it. I understand the reason why the Evolve version is a little bit expensive for sure. But yeah, card is good. I don't understand the hype at the same time, but yeah, same thing. Use my deck for as a reference. Everything is a little bit different for sure. But yeah, now I'm leaning more into spell heavies. So I don't know why I have it like this, but let's see. So we have cost 1s first, and then cost 2s. So we're playing 3 copies of Insight. Seeing this in your opening has pretty good. 2 Lamp Pits and 1 Wind Blast. This is something that I saw from I forgot his name, Indigius or something. One of the YouTubers that also plays Shadowverse and stuff. He was showing some deck lists, and I saw that they were playing this, so I decided to play it. It's not bad. I would prefer playing another copy of this, but sometimes this late game does come in clutch, which is dealing that extra 4 damage, especially since you're cycled through a lot of your spells. It's pretty freaking good. But yeah, Insight is one of those cards that you see that your opponent hand is good. If not, it's just a good card to discard with Penguin or anything else, or just drawing 1 just to, you know, give -1/-1 with Agnes is pretty good. But yeah, other than that, this could be something else, I guess. And this, well, yeah, you're kind of forced to play it. But yeah. Next, for cost 2, this is kind of like where the magic happens. Trail of Light. This card has so many uses for sure. Your opponent is playing, if you're playing against Silence and your opponent just randomly discards this, you just draw 1, so nothing really happened. During your end phase, since you, at least the way I play the deck, I want to have multiple cards in hand, so usually I have to discard the 2 hand size. I can just go ahead and, if I draw this, just cycle them, discard them, and go on from there. That's basically how I did it. And yeah, card is good, that's it. It's annoying if you have it and you don't have any way to discard it, but there are plenty of ways to discard it. That's it. I really can't explain much for sure, but yeah. 3 copies of Surefire Bullet. This card came in clutch a lot. There were a lot of times that I just added it back to my hand with Agnes, dealing damage and all this stuff. Just getting rid of very problematic cards was the best, especially Galmius. This card is amazing. I really like it a lot. So yeah, paper, cheeking out of 7. Making the papers is pretty good. If you have 7, you draw 1. This card, the drawing 1 came out a lot. I always try to have 7 just to draw 1, that extra card, and that extra body on the field is pretty problematic. But yeah, it's pretty freaking good. I really don't know what to say. But yeah. Next we have 2 copies of Fire Chain. Card is amazing, and yeah, same as Surefire Bullet. This card came in clutch a lot against Disdain. There were sometimes where your opponent had one guy has 2 HP and the other one has 1 because he dealt with 1 damage, and you could just go Fiery Chain, just ping 1 and then 2 on the other side, or just slowly getting rid of the field. And I know this against Fairy might be a little bit easier if your opponent just leaves the Fairy and all the stuff and doesn't bump it. You could just slowly disassemble your opponent's board But yeah, or you could just target one and just deal the 3 damage. And yeah. Next, this card, I don't know, it should be a 1 for me. I really didn't like it that much. I would probably just cut this and play something else. 2 sorceries, cachet. Card's good. Looks top 4. 1 spell to the hand, 1 spell to the drop. The reason why I played this and like is because I don't have that many followers. Because I have a bad experience from when I went to regionals on set 1, and I played this multiple times and I never saw a freaking spell, and that's the reason why I got last place in regionals, and that is a little bit embarrassing, and I did not want that to happen again. So yeah, just played this because I have way less followers, and I know I would not hit them for sure compared to the last time where I just played like 15 followers and I whiff every single time. But yeah, card is good. Meh. I will play something else just to see the followers. But yeah, that's it for the cost 2. Now I'm playing a shit ton of 1-offs. Fate's Hand, draws 2, recover 1 play point. It comes up a lot for sure. Just that extra recovering that play point is pretty good. Wish Bowl mainly was always a card to discard with Penguin, and then replay it with Merlin later. Pretty freaking good. Chain Calling, this is probably one of the cards that I will cut. Sorcerer's Cachet and play another Chain of Calling just to see, just to get access to the, any of the followers for sure. Just look at top 5, adding something, and then Spell Chain 10, recover 1 play point. It came up a lot, but since I play a bunch of spells, obviously Sorcerer's Cachet is pretty good just to filter your entire deck, but I kind of sometimes really wanted to see followers, so yeah, I would probably play another copy of this. Truth Adjudication, card is pretty freaking broken for sure. There are some situations where you have 2 Merlins on the field, and you could just play this and deal 6 damage. It's crazy. I really like this card's just, it can steal some games. That's it. That extra 3 damage is pretty freaking good. Next, we're playing 1 Consecration. Pretty freaking good. Recover the healing 3. Also came up a lot with Merlin, where I just like played this and then replay it with Merlin. Just healing 6, just to save you from being OTK and stuff. And just drawing 1 is just extra. But yeah. Next, we're playing the last 1 card for sure. This card is the only way you can get rid of cards with Aura. Crimson Meteor Storm is pretty freaking good. Subboard wipe, same thing with anything that is just problematic. If you can keep your opponent's field in control while cycling through your spells, this card just comes in clutch. You can play it for 5 play points if you have 10 spell chain 10. And the other one, the effect is just basically deal 6 damage to your opponent's field and then burn them for 3. But yeah, just getting rid of the entire field was clutch. I really like the card. It's pretty freaking good. As a 1-of, it's pretty good, and just gets rid of problematic like cards with Aura. So that's the only way you can get rid of them. And finally, but not least, is the reason why the deck is good. D-Shift. There were some situations where I did play D-Shift back to back. So yeah, obviously it was a little bit extra, but it happened. So yeah. Next, now just to finish up and round up the entire deck profile, 2 Curse Crafter, kind of already explained the effect. Evolve, deal 2 damage if you have 7 spells in your graveyard, or whatever the trade this card is. It deals 4 extra, has the same effect as the other one. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Merlin, pretty freaking good. I really wanna 3s. I always play all 3 copies for sure. The 2 Penguins, because we only have 2 Penguins, and then the 3 Agnes, just to just to keep recycling cards back to the hand, and that extra 3 damage is pretty freaking good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and the other thing with Agnes is that if for extra reason you you discard D-Shift, since you play 2, there's some situations where that happens, where you have the D-Shift in hand, it doesn't do anything until late game. You could just play this the turn before just to set up, and just add the D-Shift back to the hand, or anything else for sure. Same thing when you're playing against Silence, where they just discard you cards. Agnes is pretty good because it just basically adds you the card back to the hand. But yeah, I like I said, I really liked the deck. It was a little bit boring for me, like, but other than that, yeah, I mean, it's not fun. Mirror match is gonna be even boring, for sure. But yeah, anyways, that's it. I don't want to make the video longer than it is. But yeah, anyways, see you guys.